The crisis in Ethiopia is bigger than Tigray. We need to maintain a bird's eye view on what's going on in this beautiful country. Currently, 23.5 million people are in need, and 81% of those are outside the region of Tigray. Tens of thousands of people have been displaced from the Tigray region to Amhara, to Afar, to other parts of the country. And for those who were displaced by the crisis and affected by the conflict in Tigray, the Ethiopian Red Cross was there. Their ambulance drivers were there, sometimes risking their own lives to support those people who'd been affected.
ምክንያቱም ያው ቀይ መስቀል ከሁለቱም ያው ገለልተኛ ነው ማለትም በሁለቱም የሚመጣው ነገር እኩል ሰባዊ ድጋፍ ነው ሲያደርግ የነበረውና በዛ መካከል ውስጥ ግን ቻሌንጅ ነበረው ማለት እኔ እንደ ሹፌርነቴ አንድ ሁለት ቢያንስ ያየሁትም ነገር አለ እና በዛ ባየሁት ነገር ትንሽ ፍርሃት ስሜት ሰምቶኝ ነበር ልክ እንደሰው
ፍርሃቶችን አስወግደን ከገለልተኛ ሆኖ ሰባዊ እርዳታ ስለምታረግ ያው ደስ ይላል ብቻ
More than nothing is important than saving life. As a human being, if you after having help for the injured people, you will get mental satisfaction.
እንደ ቀይ መስቀል ሰራተኛ በመሆኔ በተለይ ደግሞ የአምቡላንስ የቀይ መስቀል አምቡላንስ ሹፌር በመሆኔ እጅግ በጣም ፕራውድ ነኝ ኮርቻለሁ ትልቅ የሆነ የሚጻፍ ታሪክ የሚኖረኛል ያስባለው ወደፊት ማለት ደስ የሚል ነገር ሰርቻለሁ የዚህ የጦርነቱ የቀይ መስቀል ሰራተኛ አባል በመሆኔ እጅግ በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል እና ኩራቴን በጣም ላቅ ያለ ነው ህይወት ማዳንን ሳቹ ያስታጥቁ ሰላም
During the fighting, people had to walk up to 20 days to get to safety. Take Zemzem, for instance, who's a community leader from her hometown of Adaga Humus, who had to flee the violence and is now residing in the town of Abala, just east of Tigray.
ዛጌን ቤታችን ተቃጥሎ የተሰረቀ ተሰርቆ የሞተ ቤተሰባችን ሙቶ ማለት ነው በስንት መከራ ነው እዚህ የደረስነው ሸጋሪ ነው ራብ አለ ውሃ እናገኘም ጫማችን እየተበጠሰ ልጆችም እያለቀሱ በራብ ወላሂ በስንት ችግር ነው እዚህ 17 ቀን እዚህ ገባን በጣም ተቸግረን 17 ነው 7 በእግራችን ነው እንግዲህ ልጆቹ ደግሞ ማለት ነው ፈሩ በቃ እዛ ልንሄድ አይደለም የሆነ ነገር ጩኸት ሲሰሙ በጣም ነው የሚያለቅሱ ሞጥብን ነው የሚለው አሁን ህፃኖችም ተላልቆችም ማለት ነው በጭራሽ አሁን እዚህ ማለት ነው
One of the challenges that the Red Cross and the international community are facing is access to remote and hard-to-reach communities. Communities like Koneba, where over 18,000 displaced people are currently residing. As some of the roads leading to Mekelle, the capital of Tigray, where many of the markets are sometimes inaccessible. And it is a 2-day journey to get to the other surrounding markets around Koneba. Access to the basic supplies of life are really limited. Food, water, hygiene, medicine, they're not always there. But the demand is there and it continues to grow. And so do the prices. And if this wasn't enough, moving south to the southern nations, people are affected by not only just insecurity, but COVID-19, the worst locust upsurge in 25 years, and they've lost everything. Take Karite, for instance, who's been farming all his life, but recently lost everything with the crises in southern nations.
ጦርነቴ ተደደ ኢኑ ማን እንጋራ ኩብዲን ጋር ታርጋው በጋለ መንግስት አጣን መራዲ ሳቱረኒ ሳኹንዳኒ ሴስ እሺ ሎ ያኔ ቴልደታ ሲቲ ካሂራላክ ሲነሲው ቦዳ ደኒ ረኮዳ አንጋብኖ ሎኻው አንጋብና በለማና አንጋብን ማና አብለሳ ማናም ፋኒ ኡንተም ፈደኒ Untan fadhanni gansaban qabnu gansaba se yango ilan hospidadhinu wengano afare korafin kabe appa bidadhun se unfani malimana unfani no.
Karite is now staying in a temporary camp, but when he gets to return home one day, he might come back to nothing. This is often the case with the internally displaced. Houses have been destroyed, crops have been lost, markets are no longer functioning, and their livelihoods are threatened.
የተፈጠረው ያው እንግዲህ ቅድም እንዳልኩት ያው ወንድማማቾች ናቸው። እንግዲህ አንድ ቤተሰብ ነን። በመሃል እንግዲህ ጥል ተፈጠረ። ልጆች እንግዲህ ያው ይጠይቃሉ፣ ለመለበስም ያስፈልጋቸውን ነገርም ይጠይቃሉ። አንዳንድ ነገር ደግሞ ቅያሬ በፊትም ስለለመዱ እንግዲህ ከማሳ ስለሚመጣል አንቸገርም ስለሚጠይቁ እንግዲህ እነሱም ስለማቁ እንግዲህ ብዙን ጊዜ እነሱ ለራሳቸው አይምራቸውን ያስጨንቃሉ እንጂ የምንሰጣቸው ነገር የለንም።
The accumulated effects of climate change, COVID-19, locusts, drought, and flood in this context is increasing the humanitarian need, and it has the potential to get worse. The people we've talked to are incredibly hopeful, incredibly resilient, but we can't lose sight of them. And in order to help people like Zemzem, Asmara, Kerite, Tijitu, we've got to maintain a laser focus on supporting the 23.5 million people in this country. It's time to act.